So it's all recorded. We're live. This is the Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency project beneficiaries NSF Burn Site 1 LLC. It's now 7 o'clock on May 25th at 2023. We're in the town of Burns, Town Hall, located at Main Street in Village of Canasarega. My name is Craig Clark, and I'm the Executive Director to the Allegheny County IDA in connection with the project, which is the subject of this public hearing. Today I'm holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with the project. The project for the benefit of NSF Burn Site 1 LLC, a New York State limited liability company. The proposed project consists of the following: the acquisition of an interest in a portion of approximately 163.53 acres, comprised of 2 parcels of land located at 1132 State Route 70 and County Route 13A in the town of Burns in Allegheny County, New York. The construction of the land of a ground-mounted photovoltaic 5 megawatt solar energy facility includes panels, racking, inverters, electrical cables, battery improvements, and grid interconnection, site preparation, access roads, and any other required improvements, and the acquisition and installment thereon of all the machinery. All foregoing to constitute a solar electric energy generating facility to be owned and operated by the company. The granting of certain financial assistance within the meaning of Section 854 with respect to the foregoing included potential exemptions from certain sales tax and use taxes, real property taxes, real estate transfer taxes, and mortgage recording taxes. I intend to provide general information on the agency's general authority and purpose to provide assistance to the proposed project. I'll then open the comment period to receive any comments from all present who would wish to comment on either the proposed project or the financial assistance. However, before discussing the general information and opening the hearing for public comments, I would like to first describe some details of the project. The overall construction project is about an $8.7 million project, with the estimated cost of the proposed project as far as the IDA are equal to about $418,117. And the estimated benefits being considered by the agency are as follows: sales tax exemption of $239,000, mortgage recording tax exemption of $109,000, and a real property tax exemption of about $69,000. The provision of Chapter 1030 of Laws of 1969 of the New York Constitution, Title I, of Article 18A of the General Municipal Law, Chapter 24 of the Consolidated Laws of New York as amended in Chapter 99 of the 1973 Laws of the State of New York as amended and codified as Section 906A of said General Municipal Law, authorize the agency to promote, develop, encourage, and assist in acquiring, constructing, reconstructing, improving, maintaining equipment, and furnishing of manufacturing, warehousing, research, commercial, and industrial facilities, among others. Purpose of the meeting is pursuant to the Section 859A reference of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York. Prior to the agency providing any financial assistance in excess of $100,000 to any project, the agency, among others, must hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A of the Act with respect to said project. The proposed financial assistance to be provided by the agency with respect to the proposed project may exceed $100,000 than prior according any financial assistance to the proposed project. After consideration of the application received from the company, the members of the agency adopted a resolution on April 27th, 2023 regarding this public hearing, authorizing the executive director of the agency to conduct the public hearing. The executive director of the agency caused notice of public hearing to be mailed to May 12, 2023 to the chief executive officer of the Allegheny County and published on May 14, 2023 in the Spectator. Copies of the public hearing are available on the table here, and unless there's an objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of that notice. The comments received today at the public hearing will be presented on to the members of the agency in the prior to the meeting, where the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking of the proposed project. The notice of this public hearing indicated that any written comments could be addressed to Craig R. Clark, Executive Director of the agency, and at this time, no written comments have been received by the agency prior to this hearing. I will now open the public hearing at 7:05. And by the way of operating rules, if you wish to make a public comment, please let me know and raise your hand. We'll typically record who is making the comments and give you 3 minutes or more, depending on how many people are here. For the record, please state your name and indicate your comments if you have any. And after a certain there is no one else present who wishes to comment, and a certain at least during that 15 minutes, we will end up closing this public hearing, but we have to stay open for at least 15 minutes. And with that said, we will record and wait until 7:15 to close this public hearing. Since there are no comments, I will now close the public hearing at 7:15, and thank you for listening. The next public hearing is for NSF Site 2 LLC in the Burns of Allegheny County, New York, and that's to start now at 7:15 o'clock, May 25th, at the Town of Burns Hall again, in Main Street at the Village of Canasteraga in the Town of Burns. Again, my name is Craig Clark, and I'm the Executive Director for the Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency. And in connection with the project, with the subject of this project, public hearing. Today I'm holding a public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record, involvement of the agency with the project of the proposed project for the benefit of NSF Burns Site 2 LLC, a New York State limited liability company. The proposed project consists of the following: acquisition of interest in a portion of approximately 163.53 acres, consisting of 2 parcels of land located at 1132 State Route 70 and County Road 13A in the Town of Burns in Allegheny County, New York, collectively called the land. The construction on land of a ground-mounted photovoltaic 5-megawatt solar energy facility, including panels, racking, inverters, electrical cables, battery storage, grid interconnection, site preparation, access roads, and any other required improvements, all said improvements being collectively referred to as facility, and the acquisition and installation thereof of related fixtures, machinery, equipment, and other personal property. All foregoing to constitute a solar electric energy generating facility to be owned and operated by the company. The granting of the certain financial assistance within meaning of Section 854-14 of the Act with respect to the foregoing project, including potential exemptions from certain sales tax uses, property taxes, and real estate transfer taxes, and mortgage recording taxes. Call for financial assistance. I intend to provide general information to the agency's general authority and public purpose to provide assistance to the proposed project. Before discussing the general information and opening the public hearing, I'd like to first describe brief details of the project. The overall construction cost of the project is approximately $8.7 million, and the estimated cost of the proposed financial assistance of the project are equal to approximately $401,907, and the estimated benefits being considered by the agency are described briefly as follows. Hello?
I'm sorry.
No, we're good. I'm just going through we can talk as soon as I read through all this, okay?
Oh, okay. Is this a public hearing? Pardon? This is a public hearing for the solar?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure. There's nobody there.
You are now?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Now I'll answer any questions. The sales tax exemption is going to be about $222,000, mortgage recording tax exemption of about $109,000, and real property tax exemption of $69,000. The provisions of Chapter of 10,030 of laws of 1969 New York, constituting Title I of Article 18A of the General Municipal Law, Chapter 24 of the Consolidated Laws of New York, amended in Chapter 99 of the 1973 laws of the State of New York, as amended and codified as Section 906A of said General Municipal Law, authorize the agency to promote, developing, encourage, and assist in acquiring, constructing, reconstructing, and improving, maintaining, equipping, and finishing of manufacturing, warehousing, research, commercial, industrial facilities. Purpose of this public hearing is pursuant to Section 859A of the General Municipal Law. Any project of more than $100,000 to any project agency, among other things, must hold a public hearing. This financial assistance to be provided by the agency with respect to the project may exceed $100,000, and prior to providing any financial assistance, we must have a public hearing and at the location of the project facility, and that's why in the Town of Burns. After consideration of the application received from the company, the members of the agency adopted a resolution on April 27th, 2023, authorizing the executive director to hold this public hearing, and the executive director of the agency caused notice of the public hearing to be mailed to May 12th to the chief executive officers of the Allegheny County, the Town of Burns, and Canasteraga School District, and was also published in May 14th of the Spectator. Copies of the public hearing are available on the table, and you have a copy, and unless you object, I'm not going to read the full notice of the public hearing.
I demand.
That'd be nice. The comments received today at the public hearing will be presented to the members of the agency at or prior to the meeting at which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking proposed projects. The notice of the public hearing indicated that written comments could be addressed to myself, Craig R. Clark, Executive Director of the agency, and no written comments have been received to date. I'll now open this public hearing at 7:20. And by the way, the operating notes, if you wish to make a public comment, just let me know. And unless there's some objection or more people show up, you'll have as much time as you want, but typically we try to keep comments to about 3 minutes. I'll now ask if there anyone in attendance who wishes to comment on either the nature or the location of the project or the proposed financial assistance being contemplated by the agency. And for the record, please state your name and indicate your comments. So we'll record them and put them in the record. So after that, you're more than willing to discuss. This is on NSF 2. I'm holding 4 public hearings. They're all similar projects, so I have to read the same thing 4 times. We have to do 4 public. That's okay. Okay. So anyways, you're more than welcome to ask questions. Most of the questions I would be asking about the other financial assistance that the agency is giving. But if there are questions, please ask them.
Yes, probably the only question I talked to a gentleman.
And can you tell me your name?
Brian Bancroft.
Brian Bancroft?
Yes.
It'll be recorded, but I'll write it down too.
Okay. Last year I talked with a gentleman about the project down there about pasturing sheep on it. That's the main thing I'm
Concerned about?
Pasturing sheep on there.
Oh, the pasturing sheep. Have they talked to you about that?
Okay, that's the EDF site. We're up here on this side.
Well, do you want?
Yeah, I don't care where I'm going.
We don't
Okay.
care, we'll take them,
Okay, so okay.
Yeah,
So
but they just had something in the paper for the one over here.
they did.
Yeah, I know they're gonna have one here. They've got one down the road already. That's a different company, I think. Or
Yeah,
is it
they're not
the
gonna
same
do
company.
This is Norwood Solar Farms, and you'll see NSF in
The
the.
company name is NSF as far as who's holding the title, but
Yes.
Norbert Solar is the one who's putting these projects
Yes,
in.
and Victor Chai, and I think he would be the person that we can contact if you're interested in putting sheep up here. This one's gonna go faster.
Yeah, I'm interested in putting them
If
anywhere.
you're interested, we can connect you with them to make
Yes.
sure, because I
Do you
think they
have
would.
other solar fields that would require?
Pasture.
Actually, NSF has another 20 megawatts down in Angelica. already
Okay, they're on the old golf course.
On the L golf course, so
Yeah.
they already have 20 megawatts running, so that's the same group, is you can talk to them about that one.
No, that's, wait a minute, I'm confused. Is that the group you're affiliated with?
No, I'm from the IDA.
Yeah.
I run the Allegheny County IDA, who is,
Oh, okay,
they're just,
all right,
we're just supporting the project by giving them benefits.
okay.
And we only do that when the benefits, the town agrees that this is a project that the town has agreed to. But no, I'm not the
Oh, okay,
developer. The developer actually isn't here tonight.
oh, okay,
That's why I said we can connect you with the developer.
oh, okay.
Yes, and that's who I need to, like I said, I talked with a gentleman that was gonna do, they were gonna do the one over here.
The large one.
Engineers,
Right,
Yes,
and then supposedly they're doing one in Mount Morris.
yes, that's correct.
yes,
You're doing 2 large projects.
And he talked to me about both of them.
yes.
And then I heard that the projects that are down here on 70 now,
Okay,
the last year they mowed them, and of course, people gave them crap over that, because they mowed it. You know, if you're gonna have something green, you know, kind of ought to have something green to mow it with.
all right.
So,
I don't understand why it has to be a zero-sum game.
I'm sure they'd be interested in talking to you, because
Yeah.
obviously
Would-
having sheep on the site is to their benefit as well as yours, because then they don't have to mow it.
yes, they don't have to mow.
And can I give you,
Write down your contact.
and I know where you live, but if you could put down your phone number where we could have them contact you, that would be great.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to do, because they're continuing to work with us in the town.
Yeah. Yeah, we would like to see sheep. That's a good thing, that's a good site.
And your name is?
Ruth,
Ruth.
his wife.
We just want to make sure who was in attendance, that's all.
Well, if you guys were serving beer, you have as big a crowd as the Legion.
Guess you have to go next door for that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
So whenever we give, we don't give them any money, but basically give them benefits. And so what the benefits are is we give them, they get some sales tax benefits, they get some mortgage tax benefit, you know, when you buy a property, and then they get some property tax benefits.
How long do those last? Are they a permanent thing as
No.
long as the solar field is there, or is it?
Well, right now, this is a 15-year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15 years.
15 years.
Because we have some that go as long as 25.
Okay.
So 15 years. But what happens, just so you know, when the land will be fully taxed. So there's no loss of tax revenue to the town, the
Right.
county, or anybody. In fact, they'll actually should go up because they have to pay full taxes. If they have a ag district benefit, they lose that.
Yeah, it would be considered commercial property.
Right, so they basically, the taxes will go up, and then there's a negotiated payment that they give to the town and they give to the county. But so really, the benefit is everyone gets more money, not less money. The one argument, sometimes they don't get as much, but they wouldn't build it otherwise.
right, yeah, there has to be a benefit for them too.
Now, does any of the energy that is generated, does that stay here, or
It goes into the grid.
Goes just into the
Goes
grid?
So obviously, you will be using it, but you wouldn't know it because
Right.
just like with any power, it goes to the closest place first.
So,
Technically, we would be using it
Correct.
because we signed up for green.
Yeah, that too, if you're green, you are.
Yeah,
You are get the
like
benefit.
10 years ago, we signed up for 100% green.
Right.
So it cost me.
well, at the time, I was like, man.
But now it costs,
ain't gonna
if
do
you sign up
that.
now, it should cost you less, you get about.
Yeah, well,
10%
I'm arguing
discount.
with the electric company because they were like, oh, you've been signed up for so long, you were supposed to be getting
Yeah,
a rebate.
our account was supposed to be credited. We never got anything until a shut-off notice a week ago. So it's like,
Yeah, the electric
what is
company,
going on with them?
they like, don't send me bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor
That's
there.
not-
But I signed up for the 100% green electric back then.
Right.
And technically, according to the electric company, everything goes into the grid.
Right.
And then, my portion of the electric supposedly comes from the green. It's, it's out of
Right.
the grid, it's just
Sure.
a percentage. But anyways, and part of my deal was years ago, when they first came in with the solar thing and the windmill in particular, people complained about them and they're like, oh my God, and I was like, well, actually, I think they're a good thing. So, I gotta be willing to back it up a little bit. You know what I mean? If I'm thinking it's a good thing, yeah, put your money away from your.
Are there any other comments on the project itself?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Other than, how far back is it going? Is it all
There's the map.
There's a
Oh,
map up
okay.
there, right?
It's right here, and they're gonna
of?
be
Oh,
building
okay,
a
all
road,
right.
and it goes the hill, all that you can see.
Yeah, like all the open farmland.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and they're gonna take down some trees too.
It is something that concerns me about was the loss of the arable farmland.
That's bad, that's the place where that should go. That is not good farmland, and a lot of it is very wet,
Okay.
yeah. Jim has farmed it, I think Jeremy tried to farm it, it's,
Yeah, it's hay ground at best.
yeah. You've probably been up there, it's just,
Years and years ago, I think my cousin Eddie and my uncle Roy built some hay off in there.
okay,
I think
yeah,
I went up and helped them get some hay up there. Like
yeah,
I said, it's hay ground, but it's probably hay ground at best.
yeah, you're right, and it is very wet.
Yeah,
It probably needs to be drained or, you
yes,
know.
yes, if they were really that super interested in farming, you'd have to tile it.
You would.
and some stuff, but,
Yeah, you have to put a lot of money into it too.
it would, But once the solar's in their pasture, it'd be a perfect place to pasture.
It would.
Sure.
But that is the ideal place to put it. If it's gonna go on farmland, that's the place to put it.
Yeah, yes, and like the one down here, that's my only complaint about that one, is that is pretty decent farmland down there that they're covering, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep, I mean, they're gonna,
Well, if there's no other comments, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no.
close this public hearing. I've got one more to do. So if there's no other comments about this particular public hearing, we'll close this at 7:30 and we'll open the next public hearing. Well, two more to do. There's
Today?
four projects. How they do these small wind turbine or solar projects, call them a small project like what they are, they have to be no bigger than 5 megawatts. So there's actually 3 5 megawatts and 3 megawatts. All together, they're 18 megawatts, but they're 4 projects.
I get you.
Now, why they set them up that way, that's not my deal, but that's how the state has set up a small solar project. Max it can be is 5 megawatts.
So it's all like on one thing, but it's actually
4 projects.
projects.
Yeah, right. So that's why I have to open up another hearing.
Or is this, well, this is gonna be the road, this is.
So this is the Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency, NSF Burns Site 3 LLC in Burns, Allegheny County.
Oh, okay.
7:30 p.m. at the Town of Burns Town Hall. And my name is Dr. Craig Clark, and I'm the Executive Director to the Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency in connection with this project, which is the subject of the project of the public hearing. Today, I'm holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with a project for the benefit of NSF Burns Site 3 LLC. The proposed project consists of the following: the acquisition of interest in a portion of approximately 163 acres, comprised of 2 parcels of land located on 1132 State Route 70 and County Road 13A in the town of Burns in Allegheny County. The construction of land of a ground mounted photovoltaic 5 megawatt solar energy facility, including panels, racking, inverters, electrical cables, battery storage, grid interconnection, site preparation, access roads, and any other required improvements for a photovoltaic solar energy project generating facility, be owned and operated by NSF. Granting of certain financial assistance, respect to the foregoing, including potential exemptions from certain sales and use taxes, real property taxes, real estate transfer taxes, and mortgage recording taxes. Tend to provide general information to the agency, general authority, and public purpose to provide assistance to the proposed project. I will then open the comment period to receive any comments from the public. However, before discussing, we'll just mention the overview of of the project. The estimated cost of the proposed project equal to approximately $401,097. Sales tax exemption of $220,592. Mortgage recording tax exemptions of $109,627, and real property tax exemptions of $68,877. The provisions of Chapter 1030 of Laws of 1969 of New York constitute Title I of Article 18A of the General Municipal Law. Chapter 24 of the Consolidated Laws of New York amended, and Chapter 99 of the 1973 laws of the State of New York are amended, codified as Section 906A of the General Municipal Law. To promote, develop, encourage, and assist in acquiring, constructing, reconstructing, improving, maintaining, equipping, and furnishing of manufacturing, warehousing, research, commercial, industrial facilities. Pursuant to Section 859A of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York, prior to the agency providing any financial assistance of more than $100,000 to any project, the agency, among other things, must hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A. After consideration of the application received from the company, the members of the agency adopted a resolution on April 27th of 2023, authorizing the executive director of the agency to conduct a public hearing in respect to the proposed project. The executive director of the agency caused notice of the public hearing to be mailed on May 12th, 2023 to Chief Executive Officer of Allegheny County, the Town of Burns, and Canaseg-Rega School District. and published May 14, 2023 in the Spectator. Copies of the public hearing are available here on the table. Unless there's an objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice. The comments received today at this public hearing will be presented to the members of the agency at or prior to the meeting at which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve undertaking the proposed project. The notice of the public hearing indicated written comments can be mailed and addressed to Craig R. Clark, Executive Director of the agency, and no written comments to date have been received. I will now open this public hearing for comments at 7:35. And by the way of operating rules, if there are any comments, we'll typically make them no longer than 3 minutes unless there's some objection. And for the record, please state your name and indicate the comments on the of the proposed project or the proposed financial assistance being contemplated with the agency with respect to the proposed project. With that said, we'll see if there's any comments or mentioning of comments. With no further comments, we will close the public hearing for NSF 3 at 7:45 and open the public hearing for NSF 4 LLC at 7:45, May 25th, 2023, the town of Burns Hall, located in the village of Canastaiga in the town of Burns. My name is Craig Clark, and I'm the Executive Director to Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency in connection with the project, which is the subject of the public hearing. Today I'm holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with the public and the proposed project. The proposed project consists of the following: the acquisition of interest in a portion of approximately 163 acres comprised of 2 parcels of land located at 1132 State Route 70 and County Road 13A in the town of Burns, Allegheny County, New York. The construction of land of a ground-mounted photovoltaic 3 megawatt solar energy facility, including panels, racking, inverters, electrical cables, battery storage, grid interconnection, site preparation, access roads, and other required improvements for the said project. For a solar electric energy project generating facility be owned and operated by the company. The granting of certain financial assistance with respect to the foregoing include potential exemptions from certain sales tax and use taxes, real property taxes, real estate transfer taxes, and mortgage recording taxes. The lease with an obligation to purchase or sale of the project, facility, the company, or such other persons may be designated by the company agreed upon by the agency. Tend to provide general information of the agency's general authority and public purpose, provide assistance on the proposed project, and then open the comment period to receive any comments from all present who wish to comment on either the proposed project or the financial assistance. Before discussing the general information and opening the hearing for public comments, I'd like to first describe the details regarding the proposed project. The estimated benefits of this proposed project are equal to approximately $281,887. Sales tax exemption of $216,608, mortgage recording tax exemption of $65,279, and real property tax exemptions. The provisions of Chapter 1030 of Laws of 1969 of New York Constitution, Title I of Article 18A, the General Municipal Law, Chapter 24 Consolidated Laws of New York, amended in Chapter 99 of 1973 Laws of the State of New York, as amended and codified in Section 906A of said General Municipal Law, authorize the agency to promote, develop, encourage, and assist in the acquiring, constructing, reconstructing, improving, maintaining, equipping, and furnishing of manufacturing, warehousing, research, commercial, industrial facilities, among others. Pursuant to Section 859A of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York, prior to the agency providing any financial assistance of over $100,000 to any project, the agency, among other things, must hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A of the Act with respect to said project. Since the proposed financial assistance provided by the agency it exceeds $100,000, then prior to providing any financial assistance, the proposed project agency must hold a public hearing. After consideration of the application received from the company, members of the agency adopted a resolution on April 27, 2023, authorizing the executive director of the agency to conduct a public hearing. The executive director of the agency caused notice of the public hearing to be mailed on May 12th to the chief executive officer of the Allegheny County, the town of Burns, and the Canastaiga School District, and published May 14th, 2023 in the Spectator. Copies of the notice of the public hearing are available on the table. Now, unless there's an objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of that notice. The comments received today at the public hearing will be presented to the members of the agency at or prior to the meeting at which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking of the proposed project by the agency. The notice of this public hearing indicated the written comments could be addressed to Craig R. Clark, Executive Director of the agency, and no written comments are received prior to this meeting. I will now open the public hearing for public comment at 7:50. By the way of operating, if you wish to make a comment, please raise your hand. Let me know who you are. You'll be recognized and have typically around 3 minutes to make any comments that you do have. When everybody's had the opportunity to speak, I'll conclude this public hearing. but we will keep the public hearing open for a total of 15 minutes when we started, which was at 7:45. Since there are no more comments, we will close the public hearing at 8 o'clock, and we appreciate everyone that did show up for the one meeting. Other than that, we will get all this information to the IDA board meeting at the next board meeting, consider it. We discuss the financial assistance. Thank you.